Welcome to PO Thoughts. For those of you listening, you're probably person I asked to listen. But if I get huge, which my goal is to get big enough that one person I'm not related to is watching this, I'm going to be stoked. Well, okay, first let me just introduce this podcast. So it's PO Thoughts. My name is Joey. My last name is PO. So usually I called it PO Thoughts because most people, every time they're disappointed in me, they go, P.O. And I go, yeah. And they're like, why did you say that? And I'm just like, I'm sorry. And so I decided to call it P.O. Thoughts just because, I guess because of my disappointing thoughts. Yeah, exactly. So a lot of people a lot of times I will say my thoughts without a filter, and people don't like that. People go, Joey, we're at church. Why would you say... The priest is right there. And I go, I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. So this was kind of a place for me to share my thoughts and not have disappointment. Kind of thing, you know? So, and it's not just other people. It's me, too. Even I go, why did I say that? Fun fact, just right off the bat, even when I'm not talking to people, I'm usually just talking to myself. I have really good talks. I will go to people, I go... My God, I was just talking the other day. Oh, to who? No, to myself. We were having a great conversation together, and we were asking if you want to, and people are like, what is wrong with you? And I go, it's a problem. But I thought podcasts would be the appropriate place for me to talk to myself, but with other people listening. That was my idea. So that was the reason for my podcast. People have actually recommended me to have a podcast because I'm never shutting up. And so at least here I can actually, have a podcast, a platform to use it on. I really hope at least one person will enjoy this podcast. At least I can make one person's day, make someone laugh. And my goal is to get big enough where I can get comments, at least one comment, like, please shut this podcast down, I mean, what I'm actually recommending is if someone can actually go, hey, like, talk about this or talk about that, anything. Like, I mean... anyone besides, like, my friend who promised he can watch this. He probably won't. But if I can get more than that, I'm going to be over the moon. So, who am I? Well, again, I'm Joey. I'm a guy who likes to just talk out of his ass. I will actually say things and then regret what I said. I'll be like, I'll say stuff, and later on, let's say I'm in an argument, and I go, why did I say that? Like, why did that come out of my head, And then someone will come up, let's say they're mad or whatever, and they'll be like, why did you say that? And I look at them, I go, I don't know. I really don't know. And then we just all hug and we cry. But, I mean, so there's that. I also lose focus a lot. So you'll see that, too. I'll be talking, and then I'll instantly start jumping into other things. I think of myself as kind of like a tree that starts something and then branches out, but we never actually finished a certain story. So I'll probably end this podcast with like 40 stories. Oh, almost forgot. I just have to apologize in advance in this podcast because, again, I am talking out of my ass. I tend to piss people off when I do that. And so I just want to throw out an apology right now, right off the bat, to cover later on, because I will talk for about, I'm ranging 45 to an hour or so, and if you give me that much time to talk out of my ass, some shit's gonna come out, basically, and I will apologize for that. I'm sorry, and sometimes I will say stuff, and I'll say maybe an offensive thing, I'll say a dumb thing, and I actually won't realize I said that. People go, what did you say? And I won't realize. So, just right off the bat, I apologize. People can come up to me and tell me to apologize for them, and I will apologize. Don't know what I did, but I have said so much dumb stuff every day that if you just tell me that you're mad at me for something, I will believe you. I'll apologize. It became a habit at this point. Now, my goal is to bring my friends and also my girlfriend. My girlfriend might be the most common person who might come here just because she's usually closer to me. It'll be easier to bring the podcast. But if I ever get a friend in here, it'll be really good because they can bring their side of the story. Something that'll be dumb, like that I've done. I've done a lot of stupid shit, but now if I have a friend, another perspective on it. It'll probably be more detailed, and they'll blame me more because usually when I say something, I try to put myself as the smart one, and I'm never the smart one in the situation. Well, talking about stupid shit I've done, I was thinking of ways I piss people off. Okay, so I piss people off doing many things, but the things that uh, have imprinted on my mind are certain events. Now, one event, I was at the mall with a bunch of my friends. It was a group. I believe it might have been Black Friday or so. I'm not too sure. And we went, I forgot which mall it was, but we all shopped. We were all hanging out and everything. We all had fun. And then we were like, okay, it's time to go home. It was like 9 o'clock or so. Mall's closing soon. And they're like, okay, cool. Hey, Joey, where's your car? And I'm like, I'm not sure. So we start driving around. Can't find it. Keep going around. Keep going around. We have went around for half an hour. I remember I saw the clock, and by the time we gave up, it was half an hour, and I just could not find it. We just could not. We went around and around and around and could not find it. People were getting mad at me. People were swearing at me. People were calling me because there were cars our friends were behind. So there was like a line of 3 cars just all waiting for me to find my car. And when we finally found it, it was actually near the front, right behind a bigger car. And when we found out that it was that close, well, a few things happened. One of my friends, actually two of my friends chased me. They were about to hit me. I ran fast. They didn't hit me, so that was good. But I had to run back to the car because the other friend was about to pee on the car. Don't know if it was gonna happen or not, but I heard stories that they peed on cars before, so I didn't want to take that risk. I'm kind of happy actually I didn't pee on my cars because that wouldn't have been good. I have a yellow car, so not yellow car. It's more of a gold, bronze. Don't know the difference between the color. It's not red. I know that. Gold and bronze are not red. So there's that. There was that. I got hit a few times. I got yelled at a few times. I got called a dumbass a lot of times. And we drove off. And actually, that was it. I'm pretty happy. I drove off and they didn't hit me. But then, they hit me. Never mind. Now I remember. They're coming back. They just hit me really hard, and I tended to forget. Made my friends sound abusive. They're not abusive. Well, so basically, next one was, this is a good story, in my opinion. One of those stories that your friends never let you forget. And so I was going over my friend. His name is Christian. Now, I have never been over his house before. I heard his parents were very strict parents. They're very, hey, be home by this time. You can't go out, you can't sleep out, kind of thing. They're very strict. And I have never seen them before. And I finally meet them. We, as a friend group, we all went. We went over his house. We said hi to his parents. Very nice. We go to the basement. We start hanging out. Oh, wow, there's a pool table. Ooh, cool. There's like a beanbag chair. I looked at the beanbag chair. I'm like, that's awesome. It's a huge beanbag chair. What if I jumped on it? And I did. I jumped on it. And then I thought, what if I flipped on it? And I did. I flipped on it. Now, what if, what if I stood on the table and I jumped and flipped on it? What would happen? And, my other friend Joe was in the back. We're actually recording. I believe he has the footage. And I remember in the footage, he goes, do it, P.O. Come on, do it. And so I jumped and did a flip and boom, heard a big sound. Didn't know what that was until I got up. Everyone was looking at the wall. And I found out I kicked a hole in the wall. Big ass hole. It was a big ass hole. And everyone saw it except Christian. He was upstairs. And so I mean, I had to do what I had to do, and I sucked up the courage, and I went over and took the beanbag and hid the hole. Cause I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna tell Christian. I'm not gonna do that. So I hid it, and we started to pretend that nothing happened, cause that's what I do. And we're all freaking out, and I'm actually, honestly, I was actually thinking of telling him. I just didn't know what to do. I'm like, should I tell him? Should I not? I'm very worried. I am talking with Joe, and I'm talking with my friend, I believe it was Tommy at the time. So me, Tommy, and Joe, we're all just talking. We're like, oh my god, what should I do? What should I do? I'm freaking out. What? Oh my god. And then I look over, and this dumbass, Justin, I see him talking to Christian, and I go, do you think he's telling on me? Instantly, he's pointing right at me, pointing at the wall, pointing at me, and then I hear, he did this. And I go, fuck you. And so that kind of helped me with my choices. You know, I was thinking of telling Christian. Well, now, thank God Justin was there to make my decisions easier. Well, I found out Christian wasn't the person I had to be worried about. It was his parents. Christian was scared. He was not mad. He was just scared because he was like, my parents are going to find out. And I am freaking out about this. I don't know oh my god, what should we do? Holy god. And so, again, we're not going to tell unless Justin decides to go upstairs and tell his parents. Do that whole shit again. But what we decided to do was we were going to go out anyways. We were going to go to a restaurant. So what we did was we went to, I believe it was Home Depot or Lowe's. I think it was Home Depot. I'm not sure though. And we bought all this kit to repair a wall. And we got paint and we got everything. We got paint, we got this patch, we got other tools. I think we got a scraper for paint. I forgot what it was called. And we basically after that, we went to Red Robin's and then we ate because, you know, we're freaking out. And when you're afraid, you gotta eat. That's actually what I do. I do one of two things when I'm freaking out. I either eat or I sleep, or I eat and then go to sleep. And and then I don't deal with the situation. I just eat and then sleep, and then hopefully after I take a nap, I think it's a dream, and then I just forget about it. Usually it comes back to me, but at the time, it's okay. My motto is, it was a good idea at the time, but now I'm sorry, because usually I'm wrong. But after we went to Red Robin's, we came back. We turned the music loud because we don't want them to think that, you know, anything's going on because they can hear the scraping. I don't know, there's something like that. So we put the music on, and we're all there trying to like put the patch on, do that. And I'm like, oh my god, what should I do? And they said, Joey, you stand over there. And they made me stand in the back. They're like, Joey, you go back there. Go. And I'm like, okay, I know, all right. And then we kind of cleared the patch. We painted over it. Everything seemed good. Everything seemed good. Perfect. Until the next day. Christian forgot to tell us his dad fixes walls for a living. He's, whatever the word is called. Carpenter or, well, no, it's not carpet. It'd probably be a waller. I don't know. Wally. But, I'll stop. So, I don't know what it is, but he basically fixing holes and examining holes and walls and basically examining when a group of kids decide to try to fix a wall, he can examine if it's a bullshit job or not. And it was a bullshit job, and he could tell. He was mad, I believe, but I didn't see Christian until next year. It was his grad party, and I saw his parents, and they go up to me and like, oh, Joey, they're like very nice, how are you, and all this stuff, and I'm like, do they think I made the hole? And they go, Joey, we remember you last time you came, you made a hole in the wall. I'm like, okay, they remember. They remember. That's great. Okay. But they're like, it's okay, it's alright, you know, whatever. They were probably like, he was probably like holding tight onto something, trying not to hit me at that moment. So it's okay. I'm about to beat the shit out of it. Stuff like that. So that was that story. I mean, that was one of the dumbest things I have ever done. And if I can ever find the footage of that, oh, that would be amazing. Another dumb thing I've done is this is another thing my friends won't let me go. Oh, and as much as I talk about my friends, I can't even say my friends are one of the best people to ever be in my life. My group of friends from my high school, they are amazing people. I love them. As much as I say, oh, they did this or they yelled at me, I absolutely love them. They're they've got me through a lot of stuff, and I'm just very blessed to have them. And I would never want to lose them. All these moments that I'm saying were just moments I cherish all the time. But they're assholes. Remember that. They're assholes, though. Don't get that mixed up. Now, anyways, another story I want to tell you about is my driving. They make fun of my driving a lot. They go, "Oh, you can't drive. You're blind." Rosa Parks. Or no, wrong person. Who's blind? Marilyn No. Ah, shoot. What's her name? It's that one girl. Anne Frank. No, I forgot her name. The thing, water wet. Water is wet. Look, feel the water. What's that girl's name? Helen Keller. Helen Keller. Yep. So, I mean, that was it. That's all I wanted to say. Yeah, Helen Keller. So, one specific thing that they usually win the argument when they say I'm a bad driver is bringing up the one time I hit a stop sign. So, it sounds bad, and actually it is bad. I can't really defend that. It's bad. It sounds bad, and it is bad. Well, basically, I was coming home from school. This was the first winter I have ever driven. I have never driven, this is the first winter I have ever driven, okay? So, I drove that summer, I believe. Yeah. I got my license in the summer, and this is the first winter. And I was slipping and everything. I was starting to get used to it. Well, this time, I was late for an event. I had to get home as fast as I can. Well, the way my neighborhood goes in, well, you have to kind of, while you're driving, it's a pretty fast lane. It's like 45, 50 miles per hour, and you have to churn into the neighborhood. You kind of merge a little bit to a little tiny, area. It's kind of like a mini road, and then you get in. Well, I merged in. I slowed down, and there's two parts. It's kind of it's a gap. So there's on the right, on one side you go right into it, and then the other side people are coming out. Well, I merge in. I slow down. I try to brake and go into the right into the right lane. Well, my car told me no. Okay, I guess I'm not going in through the right way. Let me go through the left way. Okay, let me stop. My car said no. I'm like, okay, wow. So my car ended up going. It kept going, and the only thing in the way was a stop sign. Is it gonna stop? No, it didn't stop shit. Just want to say that right now. I knocked that bitch over. It was not even a chance. So yeah, I knocked that. I don't know why I was about to say, yeah, whatever. So I didn't stop, by the way. Stop sign didn't do anything. There was a fence. I ran through that fence and I bent that fence. I don't know if it's fixed now. They actually replaced the stop sign, but the fence I think is still bent. Thank God there was a fence, because you don't understand. There's a huge deep ditch right behind the fence. And if the fence didn't stop me, death was going to stop me. I was about to go down. It was like about 5. It was probably 5 feet. I'm exaggerating. It was probably 5 feet. But then my car was going to eat some. And it was going to be bad. Well, I hit the stop sign. We're right outside my house. I call my mom. I'm freaking out. I've never hit anything before. I call my mom, and I'm yelling, "Mom, Mom, I hit a stop sign." She goes, "Oh, you dumbass. Okay, where are you?" And I'm like, "Just look out the window." She's like, "What do you mean?" She looks out the window. She's like, "What the fuck? What are you doing out there?" I'm like, "I know." And she goes, "You're dumb. You know that?" I go, "Yeah." She goes, "Okay, just come back in. It's going to be all right." Well, we ended up coming in. My mom was like, "You are so stupid." And I go, "I know." And we ended up going to a car repair shop, and there's 6 people who are like, "Yeah, today it was a bad snow." Let me just defend myself really quick. It was a lot of snow. And there were 6 people there, and they were all like, "Yeah, we crashed our stuff. I ran to here, I ran to here, So it wasn't just me. And I told my mom, I'm like, "You see? There's more people. She was still like, "Are you trying to defend yourself?" I wasn't really helping. I was still. I mean, I can't really defend myself in this case, you know. Well, long story short, I hit a stop sign, and my friends are not letting me forget that. They constantly go, "Well, didn't you hit a stop sign? Well, you can go fuck yourself." Okay, and then another story I'd want to talk about is the swim team. I joined the swim team junior year because my friend Joe, the same one who do a flip, oh look, you made a hole in the wall. That same Joe. Well, he was I was talking to him and I was saying, hey, I want to do a sport. What sport can I do? And I was actually thinking, I've always wanted to do football and I've always wanted to do wrestling kind of stuff. I enjoy those kinds of sports. I have a heart condition though, so my doctor does not let me do that. So I'm like, what other sport can I do? Like, I'm not gonna run. Fuck that. So then Joe goes, well, why don't you do swimming? And I'm like, cool, but I don't know how to swim. And he goes, that's okay. Just join the swim team. Just try it out and all this stuff. I can't swim. I'm joining a swim team. Didn't sound right, but whatever. So I go there. I actually, they had pre-workout that just started. It was like it was pre-season workout, and it was 3 weeks before the season where you just lift 3 times a week. Well, I joined it and I loved it. I was actually doing pretty well. Like I was lifting, I wasn't doing that bad to be honest. So that's good. Well, my coach liked me. My coach was like, "You're doing really good, you know. You're lifting good." And the 3 weeks are done. And and some people were like, "Wow, you're impressive." They probably thought I was a good swimmer. Good swimmer. That's funny. Well, we ended up going to the pool, and I remember I'm a junior. Okay, so most juniors are really good at swimming by this point. So I'm with all my friends who are juniors. Joe comes up, takes me and drags me all the way to the first line with all the freshmen. He goes, "You belong here." He was like, "You're not over there. You're over here." And I'm like, what the heck? Maybe I'm not this bad. Well, I jumped into the pool. And I didn't come back up. It was just, I was like, uh-oh. That's not good. Well, basically what happened was I jumped in, fell all the way to the ground, and then I had to kick off, and then I started swimming a little bit. Well, I swam all the way to the end of the pool. Our pool is 25-meter pool. I swam to one side. Cool. I tried to go back and swim to the other side. Well, problem was, that's when my endurance was gone. That was when I'm like, it's over. Could not. I was starting to drown. I was starting to fall, and I couldn't swim. It was all these swimmers just doing backstroke and butterfly and this fly, and they're flying and everywhere. And here I am, help! And I was scared. I was like, this is how I'm going to go. I looked at my coach. My coach is just staring at me in disappointment. I'm just like, I'm going to die. This is the way I'm going to die. Well, I'm holding on to the post or whatever the thing is on the landline, that thing. Well, I finally get there and I'm exhausted. And my coach looks at me and he goes, "You got a lot of work." I'm like, "I know." And so, well, 2 years go by and they worked on my style and everything like that. And actually, my coach told me that the way I swim is I punch the water. I literally just punch the water. It's bad. And coach is like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I haven't even seen someone like this swim this way." I'm like, "I know." And we worked on my style. Long story short, I went from drowning to what I say drowning with style. So now I'm still drowning, but now I look more elegantly drowning, and that's all I could ever thank them for. I actually did pretty good because my problem was the swimming part. Swim team, swimming part. But I was good at the lifting. Did not know how to swim that really well, but I was good at the weight room. And I told my coach, I'm like, I may not be good at swimming, but I'm good at lifting. And coach goes, "Well, then you probably shouldn't be on the swim team." I'm like, "Yeah, you're right." When I stayed there, I stayed committed and just went through. Do have a good funny stories. I have a few of them. Besides drowning, I've drowned a lot. drowned a lot. But besides that, another one was what we would have at the end of our races would be mini I forgot the word for it. It's these little it's like a mini competition. Uh streak speech. No, I don't know. I'm going to give up. But basically, we had that and we would have to race and we'd have to be on the block and we'd have to jump and do all that kind of stuff. Well, I'm on lane 6. I dive in. I come back up. I'm in lane 5. Me and another guy are swimming together at this point. Not good. Me and we're just swimming together. Lane 6 is empty. I came in. I'm like, oh, I'm cold. Here, let's warm up together. You know, that kind of stuff. I was like, just like, oh, come here. Let's be in the same lane. Guys, like, get the fuck off me. I come back up. Coach is like, what did you do? And I'm just like, I don't know. I came back up. Now I'm in this lane. Don't know what happened. I'll be honest. But did I finish? Coach is like, what the? Did I finish? You did finish, and that's the point. Didn't finish fast, but I always finished. That's the thing that I always say. Never finished fast, but I always finished. I remember I would always do the sprints. I would do the 50 meter, the 100 meter, stuff like that are fast, right? Well, around the end, during my senior year, I started to do Fit 500, which is actually the longest. So that would be that is 20. Yep, 20. 20 laps. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Now, I have great endurance. I can last a long time in the pool. But I'm not fast, trust me. I finished my 500, I believe it was like 8 minutes. I hate talking to swimmers, by the way. It sucks. I was like, because they all get it like, oh, I did in 4 minutes. Oh, I did 5 minutes. Yeah, well, I was like talking. I forgot what it was. I think it was prom or something. And I'm just at prom, and we're talking to people, and just having fun. And then some girl's like, oh, you swim. Oh, what did you do? And I'm like, I'm a sprinter. And then I'm like, oh, yeah, I also did the 500 a few times. She's like, oh, really? I did it in like 4 minutes and 30 seconds. What about you? And I'm like, okay, it was nice meeting you. I want to start walking away because I used to be like, wow, you're so slow. Why are you so slow? Why are you on the swim team if you're slow? I'll be like, why are you so ugly? I got him. So, yeah, there was that. Love the swim team, though. Love the people on the swim team. They were amazing. It was funny because most people there are like the tall, skinny people, and here I am. I'm more of a stockier guy. I wouldn't say I'm football huge, but I would say I'm like decent. You know, I'm not gonna be here and go, oh, I'm a built guy, but I'm not lean, I would say, and I'm short. I'm 5'6", you know. Well, not that short, but compared to like Americans these days, they're all like 6'5", and they're like, oh, I'm pretty sure I'm 6'5". Oh, my brother's like 7'6". He's pretty tall. Like, for what? What? So there was that. Sorry, got off on a tangent, but basically, I love the swim team because I brought in something different. I was like the guy who was really good in the gym, which my coach said he doesn't see really good swimmers who lift. They're all just good at swimming. They grew up swimming. They grew up like their parents took them to swim practice. I never had that. I remember my mom took me to swim practice, and I didn't pass, and then I did it again, and then I didn't pass again. My mom goes, "Fuck this! You are a good swimmer in my eyes." I'm like, "Thanks, Mom." And then she's like, "But don't join the swim team. You're not gonna do good." No, I'm kidding. My mom was very supportive of that. My mom was like, "You got this. You got this. You're gonna do good. Trust me. You're gonna do great." And then she'll see me doing the 500, and she goes, "Oh my God, you did it in under 10 minutes." I'm like, "Yeah, so did everyone else. They actually did it under like half my time." But no, she's just an adorable person. She'd be like, "Oh, you did it. Oh, is that a record? You did the 50 meter. You did it in like a minute and like, you did it in like a minute and 5 seconds. That is so good. Is that like Michael Phelps? No, Mom. Michael Phelps did it in like 5 seconds. He actually jumped in and jumped back out. And so I'm excited for the Olympics to come up because Now I can actually know what they're doing because I never know what they're doing at all. I always just see them swimming, and I'm just like, how long do they have to keep swimming for? And I did not know how hard swimming actually is. Like, I know it's hard, never knew how hard it is. And for me, I would say it's a little bit harder because I'm not really built for swimming. But it really drains you. It was exhausting. We would have besides morning workouts. So we had morning workouts Monday, Thursday. Oh no, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Well, when we have a meet a certain day, we would actually have morning swim instead, and that was the worst because like I hate getting in the pool. That was the worst part. You would think that like being on the swim team for 2 years, you'd be okay with getting in the pool. Never, no. And the worst thing is that it's always cold outside. We'd be getting into the pool, and like we'd get out, and our hair's wet. We go out of the building. It is so cold. It's like below freezing. My hair, by the time I get to my car, is frozen. Like it's just like ice tips. It's crazy. It was terrible. But enjoyed the swim team. Really enjoyed it. Remember one time, the pool was just dirty. The pool is just like I could you. It looked like lake water, but every time something happens, coach's like, "You're still getting in the water. You're never gonna." Nope, you're getting in the water, but there's poison in there. It's okay. Just swim around it. Always has an excuse. Well, we jumped in. Did not feel good afterwards. It was just gross, and we did not like it. Coach was like, "Keep swimming. Don't worry about it. Stop being a pussy." We swam through it. Started to feel sick. So I mean, that was the whole story. Not a great story, but it's my story. So that's everything on the swim team. I would say. Loved my coach. Coach was awesome. I liked him. We had a special relationship. I piss people off a lot, and I piss him off a lot. Oh my god, I'd come up to him, and I'd be like, a coach would come up to me actually, and coach would be like, "Joey, damn, you've been lifting good. I can see you're getting huge." And I look at him. He just complimented me, something very nice, and I look at him. I go, "Yeah, you should start working out. You look small." What a dick, aren't I? I'm such a dick. And then he goes, "I'm going to beat the shit out of you." I actually remember, my coach told me, he said that there's so many teachers waiting because I pissed them off, and I always tell them about it. There are so many teachers I piss off, and they can't hurt me because I was still in high school. That they are waiting the day I graduate. They are all standing in line, just waiting to take turns, just beating the shit out of me. And coach said he'd be right in line. Oh, that made me feel comforted. I loved it. I love when my coach makes me feel loved like that. It's adorable. Well, besides my swim team, I would say, I would also like to, say that I'm in college now. I'm not still in high school, and I'm done with swimming. Not doing swimming anymore. Nope. I'm in college. I'm doing computer science. Sounds like a really good major. Wow, it must be hard. Oh, it's hard. It's hard. Hate those people. Do you ever get those people in class where you're just struggling and you're trying to find the orthonormal matrix of a unit vector, and then all of a sudden someone goes, actually it's orthonormal of standard unit vector. You forgot the standard part. And she goes, "Oh, my mistake. I don't even know what a unit vector is. I don't know what matrix is. I don't even know what's going on here." She is correcting. I hate those people. Hated those people. Oh my god. And they're just very smart, and they just know what they're doing. Oh my god. It's like, oh my god, you're reading War and Peace? Well, I'm reading Blue's Clues. Like, it's a good book too. Yeah. Oh, my book has. Your book doesn't have pictures. You must feel so smart. Those people. So I mean, other than that, I'm getting through college. It's pretty good. Another big part of me during high school. I had a lot of good memories. One of the things was we had a ping pong club. Actually, the way I joined the ping pong club was 7th grade. So I joined the soccer team. I grew up kind of playing soccer a little bit. I was joining all these soccer clubs, and then I actually went to a legit soccer team in my school. This was so my high school is 7th to 12th, and I joined it, and I was like, I'm so excited. My dad's friends with the coach, and it's just gonna be so cool. Well, I sucked. Short as that, it was so bad to the point where they divided the teams to the good players and the bad players. Sorry. The good players and the bad players. There were about 15, 16 good players. There were 4 bad players. There were 4 bad players. I was one of them. And I'm like, why don't we ever play with them? And he's like, well, maybe. And all of a sudden he walks away and the guy goes, he's calling us shit. We're terrible. And I'm like, no, we're not. And he's like, yes, we are. I'm like, yeah, we are. I was trash. I didn't know how to score a goal. Like, I didn't know how to kick it good. I remember one time I got the ball and no one was near me. And it was just me and the ball and the goalie. And it was just, oh my God, everyone's cheering my name. Everyone's going, go Joey, go Joey, go Joey. And I just flat, powerless, just kicked the ball right to the goalie. Yay! Like, it was bad. Well, after the season ended, I decided to try something else. I mean, I was just looking, and I looked through the clubs, and then I see ping pong club, and I'm like, I don't know how to play ping pong, but let me play it. It was kind of a let me join it, let me see what's going on. Is this gonna be fun? Hopefully, maybe. And I joined joined the ping pong club, and I mean, the way the club is not like we're a uniform club and all that. It was more of a, hey, do you want to come and play? Yeah, sure, we'll play. And they had ping pong club Tuesday and Thursday, so I was like, you know what, I'll come and play. Don't know how to play, and I just started learning, and I just fell in love with it. I would play it all the time, and this was 7th grade. 7th grade, I was in middle school. Everyone's a dick in 7th grade. Everyone's annoying. Everyone's loud. Everyone's making noises. Why is everyone making noises in middle school? What are you doing? What do you like? I'm in high school. I was in high school, and I'm like a senior or a junior, and you just look over and you see these 7th graders walking around like, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what are these noises? Everyone's like doing a Naruto run, and they have their arms behind their backs to run. I'm like, what is going on? But then I always remember that was probably me, and I just did not know. So I joined the ping pong club. Sorry. I joined the ping pong club, and I just loved it. I would play it all the time, and I started to get to know people there, and I was not really... I didn't know too many people 7th grade. I just joined a new school, and my high school is very far from my elementary because we moved, and so I don't know anyone here. There's not one person from elementary who went to my middle school. So from the ping pong club, I started to be friends with everyone. I was actually more friends with the high schoolers. I was friends with like the sophomores, juniors, seniors when I was in 7th grade. So that was pretty cool. And I was playing ping pong with them and having fun. Years go by, 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade. I'm just playing and having fun. I was actually getting more and more of my friends in there. People knew me by ping pong. And my dad used to work at that high school. And basically the teachers knew me. Well, they started to get to know me more because of ping pong. Like, they would always see me playing, and they're like, oh, Joey's playing ping pong. To the point where I got the nickname Joey Ping Pong. Everyone just called me Joey Ping Pong. I don't know why. My teachers knew me as ping pong. The students knew me as ping pong. Ping pong was a small club that I started to get recognized for. It was like everyone started to know, oh, ping pong, Joey. Like, I'm not trying to brag. It was just something that people started to know. I started to make ping pong a little bit bigger with the help of other people. We started to go, hey, ping pong's not a big club, because it was still very new. When I joined, it was either that first year or the year before is when it started. So it was very new. And I started to get all my friends in there. I started to get, I got all my friends. So Dan was my friend, and he came. So I'm glad I got all my friends there. So that was fun. And we started to play, and we started to have fun. And as years went by, more of my friends were going in. High school, I made a lot of friends. High school was different because there was so many more people. I enjoyed high school way more than middle school. So much better. And I got more of my friends in there. People knew me by ping pong. By then, my entire friend group, actually half my friend group I got from ping pong club, and the other half I brought them into ping pong club, and we just that's when it formed my friend group, and they all play ping pong. It was all ping pong, but they know me as the original guy who played ping pong, which is kind of cool. Like ping pong is just some dumb thing, a lot of people think, oh, it's just whatever. But I was like, this is awesome. It was kind of like if you join the swim team or join the basketball team or football team, and you have a team. And I just found it something very fun, something very cool that like I had right there, and that was all just from joining. I didn't really make friends soccer team. I didn't enjoy it. Everyone was a dick. Again, 7th grade. It was annoying. 7th and 8th grade. And I was able to do it. Well, junior year, I started to go, hey, you know what? Why don't we expand this even more? We got more people now. We got tournaments. Why don't we try to contact other schools? So 7th grade, I was not president at the time, but I was talking to the guy who is the teacher, who proctors the club. And I actually got into contact with all the other, with every Catholic league. I'm in a Catholic school, by the way. And I got in touch with all these other Catholic league schools. And I asked them, we sent an email. I talked to the guy in charge of all the clubs and co-curriculars. He sent an email saying, hey, anyone else with a ping pong club who wants to come in and do that stuff? And we did. We were able to get 3 clubs. Now, the thing is with ping pong club, we weren't that good, but when it became such a bigger club, so many people were playing and people were getting good. Like, we were really good. Like, we didn't have any uniform. It was just a casual, hey, do you want to play ping pong really quick? But they're amazing. We have to dress nicely. So you have someone in their tie and they have their dress shirt and their khaki pants and all that stuff, and they're just spiking the ball 100 miles per hour. It was fun, and when you take the tie off, that's when it gets crazy. Or I tuck in the tie. I'm like, we're tucking in the tie. And they're like, oh no, he's tucking in the tie. I'm like, I'm tucking in the tie, and we actually invited them over. I set up the entire event. We had a whole thing where 3 other schools came. We whooped their asses. Like, it was not close. Every person beat the other team. Like, every person from our club, from our school, beat them. So that was awesome. We loved it. We also had other clubs. Another thing was I set up a tournament. This was either junior year, which is 11th grade, or 12th grade. It was one or two. I was like, you know what? Let's make a tournament where it's money. And whoever wins gets all the money. And I won. I set up the tournament with all the money, and I came home with all the money. And people just gave me shit. People were like, oh my god, you cheap ass hoe. You took our money. And I was like, you're goddamn right. I felt bad, but I was like, not that bad. Well, senior year, I actually became the president of the ping pong club. I was like, oh, this is awesome. Which, this is so cool to me, but when then I'm in, college, and I'm, talking to my girlfriend goes, you're president of the ping pong club? And I go, hey, shit. It's cooler when you're in that school. When you're in that school, it's kind of cool. Also, our school's all guys, so you can kind of tell our mentality. We were just, ping pong, that's awesome, Well, I became ping pong club president, and I started to create all these things, like another tournament, another stuff like that. And I created another tournament with everyone, bringing up the other schools, and we had, I believe it was one other team who came this time. It was only one team, and it was an all-girls team. And when we played, you can tell how socially awkward people are in our school. They're like, because I'm like, hey, so this is our school. This is everyone here playing. How are you? And then they're just like, hey, hi, how are you? They're an all-girls school, and then everyone else is not talking, and they're like, oh, hey, how are you? Kind of stuff. And I'm just like, what's going on here? Why is everyone so shocked? Let's be honest, I was probably socially awkward too. I'm trying to act like I'm not. I probably was like, bye, and then I walk away, something like that. But what I found funny was that not one girl knew how to play. They didn't know the rules. They didn't know how to play. They didn't know, they were just so bad. But we just had fun. I mean, it wasn't anything bad. It wasn't a competitive, oh my god, we're going to beat you. I just found it funny that they didn't know how to play. I bet in their minds they're like, oh, ping pong. Wait, with guys? Wait, hold on. Wait. There's going to be guys there? Okay, we'll do it. But do you know ping pong? What's ping pong? What's ping pong? Ping pong. Oh yeah, yeah. What does that have to do with anything? Oh, they're playing ping pong. We'll figure it out. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's like, but what about Don't we have to? Shh. Don't worry about that right now. There's gonna be guys, isn't there? Yeah, but that's it. We're good. There's guys. There's gonna be guys there. Let's have fun there. We'll bring a paddle and we'll try to figure it out. But to be honest though, it was very fun. It was we talked with them, we laughed, and we were just playing, and we had a blast. It was amazing. It was fun. Um, that was basically my high school experience. I'm currently in college. I'm having a I'm having a great time, but these classes are crazy. Um, can't really think of anything else. Oh, by the way, with this podcast, you're gonna hear me doing that kind of stuff. You're gonna hear me going, um, well, and you're probably gonna be like, "Come on, buddy, come on, let's hurry this up. Come on, slow it. You know, I mean, that's really my entire high school experience. That I remember at all. I mean, a lot of it was school, a lot of it were tests, a lot of it was things that just annoy me. But when I look back at my high school memories, those were the things that were fun. My friend group was a big part of it. Enjoyed every bit of it. Loved the swim team. If I could redo it, I would do it again. I might even, if I could have done it in ninth grade, I probably could have done it. Would have been cooler to know how to swim before then, but hey, it's how it is. It'd be like that. So hopefully I can make a podcast soon. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this podcast. I really hope that you guys like this. And if there's anything you'd like to comment, anything, if I even have another person that I don't know on here, I'm gonna be so happy. So if anyone who doesn't know me is listening, please comment. Please say hey. Please just do anything. I'm gonna be so happy that you're gonna be like, hey, great pod. I'll be like, who are you? I want to meet you. And you're gonna be like, who is this weirdo? Oh my god. Now I'm unsubscribing now. Hopefully, please don't. Please, at least subscribe and then walk away. And you don't have to hear the podcast, but as long as it's playing, kind of thing, whatever. I've been talking for too long. All right. Like always, I'm going to be apologizing at the end of my podcast because I probably said something stupid in the middle, and so I'm sorry. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this podcast and you'd want to hear another one. Give me some feedback and just basically let me know, and hopefully you have an amazing day. See you guys.